The floor is World Wars. World War I. World War II. Richard Nixon during his debate with Kennedy under the hot studio lights, realizing he should have picked a better suit and accepted the offer to be given McCute beforehand. The Californian sends the Titanic a message warning them of icebergs ahead. Senior wireless operator Jack Phillips, we got ourselves a comedian. Britain, bombing London and shelling Dover for years. Germany, Britain, creating the world's first deliberate firestorm in Hamburg. Celebrating Columbus as the first European to set foot in North America. Celebrating Leif Erikson as being the first European to set foot in North America. The Pope when your Bible says Jesus Christ instead of. When you're a penguin chilling on Macquarie Island and some bloke from New Zealand sets up a steam pressure digester to extract oil from your blubber. TFW, you ally with your centuries-old rival because the Germans are getting too powerful and have the nerve to build more boats. Ricimer, can you make me Emperor of the West to just be my puppet as the empire collapses? Yes. Actually rages against the dying of the light like a boss. Try to restore Rome's former glory and save the empire time. Chinese students starts shit talking about foreigners. The British, American, Russian, French, German, Italian, Austrian, and Japanese foreign exchange students. The secret pact shall be obeyed. People dying of the bubonic plague. Plague doctors with frogs. Egypt. Recognize you lost the war. Egypt. Glorifying the start of the war that you did good in, while ignoring the end where you failed all objective of the war. Did Osama bin Laden orchestrate the entire 9/11 attacks from a cave in Afghanistan? US government. It's an oversimplification of events, but yes. Average male Spartan who had 8 helot slaves to perform all their manual work. Fitness is my passion. Our ancestors watching someone try to domesticate a wild horse. We will watch your death with great interest. Oh boy, I can't wait to use my new iron weapons to subjugate my neighbors and become the dominant power in the region. Oh boy, I can't wait to use my new gunpowder weapons to subjugate my neighbors and unintentionally help the Mongols subjugate distant realms. Oh boy, I can't wait to use my new blue water navy to peacefully explore the world and in no way exploit my technological advantage over any new people I may meet. Hans, the Soviets have made a wall around East Berlin to stop us from leaving. Hans. Harold Godwinson, the Normans are falling back. Charge down the hill. Harold, 30 minutes later, I'm dead. Continental Army, for God's sake, we're starving to death in Valley Forge and we can't even pay our soldiers. Just give us some of your tax revenue. State governments. I missed the part where that's my problem. The British Army won para when it's been more than 5 minutes since their last massacre of unarmed Irish civilians. What did your nomads do after you ran out of food and grain? We wandered around until 3 AM looking for another foraging territory, and when you couldn't find one, we started farming. Hitler, after stealing Aryan word and swastika from Indo-Iranians. You know, I'm something of a Aryan myself. Nazis helped orphan children. Nazis helped orphan children. Welsh teacher punishing Welsh student for speaking Welsh in Welsh school. When you've been trying in vain to get the US to join the Allied effort with military aid, but then Pearl Harbor gets bombed by one of the Axis. Oh no. Anyway. You resist attempts by Parliament to crown you King Jew. to being morally opposed to the monarchy. You insist on being called Your Highness, and you have a state funeral at Westminster Abbey which mimics the funeral of King James. Minoru Yamasaki designs and builds the World Trade Center, New Yorkers. Nah, I don't like it. Bombing other countries for your own geopolitical interests and giving them some form of government which they aren't ready for. Spreading democracy. Harold Godwinson be like, "Ow, my eye, I'm not supposed to get arrow in it." Stalin spotting traitors among ordinary people. Stalin spotting 4 million German soldiers on his border. Except that having your wife kidnapped is a part of step life. Save your wife and conquer Eurasia. Scots, we surrender. Edward, who just finished constructing the war wolf, the frick you are. Troops when they see Wehrmacht troops fighting along with the Americans in the battle for Castleta. Traitor. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. If God is with us, then who is against us? Prussia, Russia, Austria. Well, hello there. You stumble upon a random nation that has a good landscape. You find rubber tress and other natural resources. There are indigenous people that you can exploit for your own personal gain. How people think Caligula war against the sea was. How it actually was. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Draft for the Vietnam War. Exists Muhammad Ali, who had no quarrel with the Viet Cong. Kid isn't an athlete from his first month's Spartans. You are an Iraqi radar station and see planes in the sky. Panic. You check with your radar and they are just harmless decoy drones. Calm. You turned on your radar. Panic. Just because I'm a Habsburg does not mean I'm inbred. I mean I'm inbred, but not because I'm a Habsburg. A Jedi Khan, after being told he needed to restrict himself to 1 glass of wine a day. Gaul before the Roman Empire. Gaul during the Roman Empire. Gaul after the Roman Empire. Archaeologists' evidence shows that the bluestones of Stonehenge were moved a great distance. Everyone. But it's a rock. Debating the early scientific method. Socrates. Debating right and wrong. Aristotle. Debating who was on top between Achilles and Patroclus. Plato. Interviewer, what are your likes? Me, history. Interviewer, oh cool, tell me a history fact. Me, not trying to say a disturbing history fact. 3,000 fascists march with you in London. Oswald Mosley. 20,000 people show up to attack you. Oswald Mosley. When you try to cover up for your boys after they did a little breaking and entering, but you forgot to burn all your recorded conversations, there's a good chance that I may have committed some, light treason. Europeans after inventing colonialism be like Starks. Walt Disney waking up at 3 AM realizing he's going to have to mortgage his own house in order to finance Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. What I ordered from Wish. What I got from Wish. Only the German Empire wanted war badly. German Empire caused World War I. German Empire were undoubtable evil in World War I. German Empire in World War I were Nazis. Your fate is final. You are doomed to hell. Some peasant. I got 1 gold coin. Catholic Church. Understanding, have a great day. Earth when an ice age finishes. Almost lost my cool there. Manliest man in ancient Greece. Average femboy in ancient Persia. The 9/11 muscle hijackers hearing for the first time, the night before, that it is a suicide mission. I'm sorry, what?
If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe for your daily dose of memes. Also, be sure to watch previous MemePog episodes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back tomorrow.